Well, hello there, Virgo. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your mid-February reading. This is good from now until mid-March. So we'll take a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for more details. All right, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Wow, rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful energy of understanding if you have had some ideas or new projects you want to create or new business to start, or something that especially around ideas that you have that you want to put out into the world. This is the energy of asking yourself, okay, so what's holding me back? They're saying it's time to allow yourself to let go of any of that sense of resistance that you may have, because it's the number 24 and 2 plus 4 equals 6. You're going to be victorious. There's no reason to wait any longer. Yes, look at this. The thing that's holding you back is your fear. But this is destined for you. This is the energy of something that is truly destined for you. The success is here. Understanding that what is holding you back is your fear. So we are going to get into that. I think it's because this says clear the past, heal the present. Something about the fear that you may repeat something that has occurred in the past, or your fears of failure, your fears of success, your fears of what other people think, your fear of perfectionism, right? Over-analyzing it, whatever it is, it's kind of like it's time to allow yourself to look that monster, that fear monster in the face, to just go head on with it, because whatever you are working on is going to be successful. There's no doubt about it, right? It's time to understand. Look at this. Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. Believing in yourself that I do feel like this is kind of like something that you're trying to put out into the world. That is the energy here. Whether it's you're launching something new, you're wanting to put out a book, a new song, a new website, a new idea, you're wanting to launch. There's this energy of launching, right? And your energy right now is that it is part of your destiny with the temple path here. The success is part of your destiny, but you have the 6 of Swords. It doesn't mean you have to allow yourself to overcome, okay, some fears that are holding you back. And really allowing yourself to say, okay, what is holding me back here? It's so funny because Taurus had somewhat of a similar reading in the fact that you're resisting the success. Asking yourself. It's almost like, they keep showing me like a racetrack, and it's kind of like you can see the finish line, and it's kind of like resisting moving towards this finish line, or just moving at a snail's pace with the Knight of Pentacles, right? Like moving at a snail's pace, because it's kind of like you're trying to decide, I think you're trying to decide, is this really something I want to put out into the world, right? Is this my truth? Look at this. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. This is an electric idea that you have, right? And I feel like for some of you, you've been working on this for so long. It's almost kind of like, I'm trying to think of, because you have the Page of Pentacles here, it's about learning something about yourself in this process. There's something about learning something about, look at this, Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, the World, right? It's perhaps about learning how to love yourself and love your ideas, and maybe not get too caught up in the idea of of wanting some type of, perhaps, look at this, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, look at this. The Judgment, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands again, the Ace of Swords again. You have all the aces. It's kind of like allowing yourself to say, I think you're resisting it. And you have to decide. I'll have to admit, with the Judgment card, this is a big decision. I think this is a decision. You're wanting, there's a decision here where it's kind of like, I want to say it's a little bit like the energy of throwing the race, because you're not really sure if you want to cross the finish line, because it's almost like you're fearful of what may be on the other side of the finish line. Okay, I don't know why. I'm going to throw this out because they're just like giving me this image. It's a little bit like if you were in like a Miss America beauty pageant, okay? And you are one of the finalists. Maybe it's down to 2, okay? And it's you and some other person. And then the final thing is they're going to ask a question. Okay, so the way you answer the question is either going to help you to win or help you to become in second place. And there's almost like this moment where you're standing on stage and you're like, you know that you have this like amazing idea, right? You have the most amazing answer to the question. You both have the same question. And you could even hear, you've even been able to hear the other person's question. We're just going to throw that in there, okay? And it's your turn to answer the question. And you have like what I would call the epitome of the perfect answer. You know that if you answer the question in the idea, with the idea that you have, you are going to win the competition. You are going to be Miss America. But you also know that if you win the competition, right, you're stepping into a new world where maybe you're going to have to do a lot of traveling for the next year. That it's your life isn't going to be your own because the Miss America people are going to tell you where you have to be, what you have to wear, what you have to do, what you have to say for the next year. And there's almost like this moment where you're standing like right there at the end, at the finish line, because I feel like you're kind of at the finish line here. And you're asking yourself, like all of this is like going on super fast in your head. I have this great answer, but do I really want to get the great answer? Because if I give the great answer, then I also have to go in that direction. And I think that that's what you are asking yourself. Is this the next chapter that I really, and the thing is that you have been working on this for so long. I feel like you have had to overcome so many obstacles. And here at the last minute, you're actually asking yourself, is this what I really and truly want? Now, I think the thing you have to ask yourself too is that, you know, if, and I actually have a client that participates in pageants like that. And it's always interesting because one of the things is that she's not really thinking about winning the pageant. It's about the platform for, she does have a really spiritual sense to her of how she wants to help, you know, share her loving light, her healing gifts with the world. She uses that as a platform, right, to get her message out there. It's almost like you're sitting there kind of like understanding that it's so interesting, understanding that maybe you want to share this in a different way, but looking at it long term, you may have to give up a year, right? You may have to give up a year and go on the Miss America circuit. But then after that year, you have the ability to be on the stage in your own way. It's so funny because I think, isn't there, I don't watch TV, but I think that there was an American Idol person that did not win American Idol, but went on to really great fame. And it's understanding that maybe you don't have to. Maybe something that you're thinking you have to do is holding you back. Maybe that's the fear, right? There's something here about looking the fear monster in the eye and asking yourself, I feel like there's something you're really learning about yourself, but you're also seeing this in a new way, whatever it is that you're putting out into the world. Because we have so many aces here. Yeah, using your intuition. Using your intuition to help guide you through this. I think you're worried. You're worried about, let's go to this. There's something about holding back. I feel like you're a little bit afraid of success. That's a little bit of this energy. Like if you were in the Miss America contest and you were like, oh, I have the perfect answer, but do I really want to give the perfect answer? Because then I have to devote my next year, right, to this. It's almost like that's how you're feeling. You're asking yourself, I have it. I'm right there at the end. You can even taste the success in your mouth. And yet at the same time, look, you're holding yourself back. You have your arms over your heart. You're holding yourself back. And it's because I feel like there's something else maybe that you really and truly want. It's kind of like, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's traveling, maybe it's a completely different new idea that you've gotten. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, you're getting clarity. I think you're understanding. There's something you're anxious about. You're getting clarity about what your fear monster is. And you're allowing yourself to give yourself compassion. Look at this. Your card is compassion. Compassion is the warmth of the soul. Give it to others and yourself. Yeah. Understanding how to have compassion for yourself. Listening to your fears and not, there's something here about listening to your fears and not dismissing them or just trying to reframe them. There's something about actually loving yourself, even when you're fearful. That's kind of interesting, right? Because I think anxiety is really high right now. So it's like allowing yourself to be compassionate, not just trying to dismiss it or just reframing it. I mean, these are all good ways to handle anxiety. But I think what you're doing here is you're really and truly, especially with the page, perhaps allowing yourself to really love your inner child, the fear. The fear. You may have won something or didn't win something, as a child that that was kind of important to you. Like maybe you didn't make, I don't know, the basketball team or something like that. And it's kind of like, okay. Or maybe you did. And then all of a sudden, maybe you did make the basketball team, and then all of a sudden, you had to go to all these practices, and you had to eat this, nutrition plan, and you had to, do all of this stuff, and you're kind of like, wow, that took a lot of time. Because I think your idea is successful. This is like your destiny, but it's almost like you're in this energy of, is that what I really want? Or is there a different, because you have so many aces on the board, or is there a different path I'd really like for myself? Really interesting, because I do feel like there's something you've been working on for a long time. And now it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like the midnight hour. It is. It's very much like the midnight hour. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's got me thinking. Okay. I'm going to pull a soul truth card for you. And Virgo, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. So let's see what we have here. How can I deepen my trust right now? Yeah. Who are you? This is deepening your trust, right? This is kind of like, I don't trust myself. I don't trust the universe. I don't, whatever, right? It's kind of like, how can you deepen your trust in yourself? Are you concerned that if you do win, right? It's kind of like, well, I don't know. Do I have the time and the energy in order to really go through with that? You know, say you win Miss America, right? And it's kind of like, okay, do I have the time and the energy? You know, I'm not going to be able to see my family that much, but also understand there's something here about it's 1 year, right? Now, your success, I think, is going to be longer, but it's also understanding, okay? Yes, I feel like this is really going to take off. It really, I think whatever you're working on is really going to take off. What you're afraid of is going to take off. My life is going to get crazy here. And then can I handle that? Yes. First of all, you can handle it, Virgo, because this long trench of this, I mean, you have the 9 of Wands, right? I mean, this is like you have been, and the Knight of Pentacles, this has taken so long. It's kind of like maybe you're concerned. Do I even have the passion for it anymore? I've been working on this so long, right? Do I have the passion to keep it going or to build it? Is it going to eat up all my time? There's something there. Allowing yourself to take a look in the mirror, right? And really allowing yourself to say, you know, this is going to be successful. Am I ready? Am I ready for that success? And if you're not, then it's about, okay, then what direction am I going in instead? Yeah. And it's trusting yourself, trusting your spirit guides, trusting your angels, trusting the universe that they will help you as you move forward in this successful path. Yeah, trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself so deeply that you can deepen your trust in others. Yeah, trust creates safety. And when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. I think there is something there about being able to trust yourself. Yeah, really, really a profound and deep reading here. So if it resonated with you, and you're willing to share your feelings, I'd love to hear, because I feel like it is something where you're stepping into that energy. Is this really what I want for myself? Or is there another path? Yeah, and it's up to you. It really is. Just know this is going to be successful. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.